Okay, turning back to the crisp fall weather we have had today. We are giving you a live, gorgeous look from Freedom Boat Club on Lake Norman. I would love to be out there right now. Love that sunset, but honestly, Brett, I'm sad to see the warm weather go. It's a little chillier than I'm used to.
I love it. We had 19 days in a row above average. Today was the first day below average since September 27th. So it's been a long stretch of warm weather. Now we're finally getting back to weather that's more typical for this time of the year. The sun's setting though, and when it's setting right now, it is going to get chilly out there. This morning, we saw upper 30s and low 40s, even some patchy frost. I had a couple viewers sent me pictures from the Statesville area, also from the mountains. Some rooftops had a little bit of patchy frost on it, and tomorrow morning is likely going to be even colder. The high temperature is 70 degrees, the morning low 39. You see our averages are 73 and 50. It was 85 yesterday for a high, so imagine that. We went from 85 yesterday to a morning low of 39 this morning. These are the current temperatures, back into the mid and upper 60s, so we're cooling off fairly quickly. And again, the sun sets here around 6:45. With this dry air in place, we will have perfect conditions tonight to cool down into the 30s. High pressure overhead, cool, dry air settling in. As long as the winds are calm, which they will be calmer tonight, we will have perfect radiational cooling. So the heat that was absorbed by the ground during the day today will be able to get released back up, and that will cause the ground to cool quickly and also allow that colder air to settle near the ground. So low-lying areas away from urban centers, you're going to see some patchy frost in the morning. There are frost advisories up for the North Carolina mountains and foothills, but even here across the Piedmont, I would be very cautious if I had tomato plants still going or cucumbers. You might want to just pull them closer to the house, water them heavily, or just put a quick little sheet over the top of them, because I do think we will have a touch of frost tomorrow, because look at these temperatures. Tomorrow morning, mid and upper 30s. Remember, it doesn't have to be below freezing to get frost on the ground or plants. Most of these air temperatures are taken about 5 feet off the ground. So down near the surface is where you're typically going to see that frost. Up on the rooftops, you'll see that as well. High pressure is in control the next couple of days. That northwest flow keeps us cool and dry. So what we're going to see is kind of San Diego weather. We're going to see afternoon highs in the mid, maybe even upper 70s this week, morning lows in the 40s and 50s. So big, what we call diurnal changes in temperature from morning to afternoon. And tomorrow will be one of those. We start in the 30s, but we'll be well up into the 70s tomorrow. So just a beautiful afternoon with barely a cloud in the sky. Now, rain chances pretty minimal this week. There's a dry cold front heading our way on Friday. That might be the only chance we see all week. And notice that brief little uptick there in the dew points, and only into the 50s. So this is a bone dry air mass that'll be sitting over us. But long term, temperatures will actually go back above average. Now, we're not going to go back to the 80s like we had for the last 2 weeks. What's going to happen is our average high is still dropping, obviously, as we're getting later into the season. We're going to see temperatures probably a couple degrees above that. So mid and upper 70s would be above average. Tomorrow, not bad. Temperatures in the 60s and 50s in the mountains, lower 70s across the Unifor region here in the Piedmont. We'll see some low and mid 70s, so we're starting to trend back above average just by a degree or two, but we'll certainly be above it later this week. Notice those temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, which will be about 8 degrees above average, but another brief cool down on the way for the weekend and no rain.